There we are. What? Are we good? Are we live? We're live. Good. Okay, are we live now? Let's see. Tickling my ass crack. Alright, we're still getting set up. Alright. You're watching the evolution of getting back into the live show. I wonder if you can hear Rachel. What's going on? We're getting set up. We have our lovely podcast things set up. She just went for a nice walk. I'm setting up the Twitch stream. So, yeah, I was just saying that getting warmed up again. I feel like once I press the button of going live, it's like, oh my god, I gotta do all these different things, and da 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 da, and realizing that I'm just being like myself, just chilling, like, hey, it's myself relaxing, hanging out, versus like, I don't know, like, we got this, we got that, boom, 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 and just really like vibing with people, and doing that in more like the morning, more like a solo vibe, and then do like a group vibe in the evening, because we have kind of been getting feedback and things like that of people want to interact with everyone in their own way. Like, people want to act with Chief, Luna, myself individually, and then they also enjoy the together aspect. So figuring out a way to, give both, and also come up with creative content as far as like the music and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, I think taking the time to really I guess figure things out. Also getting in the flow of like going live a little bit more. And getting more comfortable kind of like opening up about certain things. I feel like the past year has been super intense, and it takes time to like really process that and not use maybe this platform or any platform to kind of what's going on, Kiyomi, like maybe hide from the things that we've experienced, i.e., you know, Aries and Rose, even relationship things. uh, Also, I feel like something that's really cool that I've been reflecting on lately is um, maybe I was just talking to Chief about this, like experiencing the waves instead of like having the waves of life happen to you. Um, you kind of like jump with them and stuff. So I'm gonna hit the wavy wave. Speaking of waves, and everyone felt so far. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring the phone right here. So we're like right next to each other. Now we're really hanging out. You know, we got to go Prizzy. Oh whoa. Let's see what our shot looks like with the GoPro. That's pretty good. And we got the mic. Adjust this thing. How was the beach the other day, Kiyomi, as I set up the microphone? Yeah, how was the beach? Oop, there we go. There we go. Huh. Um, I feel something like I was talking about with like the waves. It's like the control thing, like trying to control. Um, I feel like, hey, what's going on, Lothario? Um, like trying to control the waves. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of chills but awesome. That's why it's Florida. They were like, of course, you don't be on the West Coast because it don't get hot enough for me to get in the water. Like, I like the beach, but I want to get in the water. But you go to the beach in California, and you think it's going to get, you know, warmer, right? You think that if you hang out in the sun long enough, you're going to take your ass to the goddamn, what's it called? Um, and, you don't. You don't end up doing that. You don't end up doing that. What you end up doing is grabbing a sweater. You end up buying clothes at the beach. You're like, how did this happen? I came to the beach and now I'm buying a sweatshirt and sweatpants. You know? Now you get it. That's California swag. You know? You got sweatshirt up top, shorts on the bottom, you know, some flip flops. There you go, Cali swag. Now you understand. You gotta have both. You gotta have both. While in Miami, you're wearing shorts. Yeah, hot. The water, you get in the water, it's warm. You know, but also California, you got the mountains and the hills and the scenery and all that. So like, there you go. It's like kind of the pick and choose. What I've learned, California secret. What you do is you go hiking, right? You go hiking and then you run on the beach. So you got a little workout. You kind of walk down those hills, go for a walk, go run on the beach. You dig what I'm saying? And then as you're running, you get hot. You just like run right into the water. You go splash. You're right in there. Right now you're cold, right? But don't do it right next to your towel. Don't do it. put you in game. Riding a little bit further down from the beach, right? And then, and then, and then, run back to your towel. By the time you get back to your towel, the sun's gonna kind of dry you off, and you be good again. You know, you just get a little damp. Waking up in a new location every day. So, funny. Let's do a tour. Let's do a tour now. This is live stream, so this is why we're not live. But we're going to do a tour because waking up in a new location every day. Now, I'm even going to show the van too, because what's funny is, okay, so we got our entertainment system here. We have our live stream system here with podcasting. We got the Rodecaster, you know, things like that. We have cables. Oh no, come on, don't be paused. Don't be paused. We have cables right here. Very proud of my cable drawer. Lenses. Right, again, like I said, cables, we got a fan. And because it, you know, it's real. Cables. Now why am I showing this stuff? Right? Because I was talking to someone. Right, kids, what's going on? I was talking to someone, right? Hey, Chief, all right, getting warmed up for our podcast later. Pause due to the poor connection. They're trying to slow us down. There's too much energy. Oh, we got the van right there, right? Boom. Hey, peace, Chief. Numbers. Hey, we're gonna let them get, you know. He's gotta get ready. You gotta get ready. I've been up for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, that's another thing. Oh my Lord. Okay, Nilos, what's going on? Right? Alright, so, I gotta show and my apologies for this connections. You know what I'm saying? It's going in, it's going out. We just switched over because the Wi-Fi is not that great here. So, this might not be our spot long term. So, what we were saying is waking up in a new place every day. Right? That's what Kim was saying. So, we were talking about van life last night, and someone was like, oh, I couldn't do van life because, you know, I like having my things, and I have so many things. Now, with someone with, you know, so many things, right? And we actually have some things taken. That's a story that I'm gonna have to tell in a little bit because that was crazy. Right? So that's the little tour. I'm just excited because we set up, and when I get set up, I get really excited. So either way, right? Someone's like, oh, you know, like, van life. You guys saw the van. Not that large, and we got a little hitch on the back, some things in the back, right? And we have like an entire like media like studio, you know, and I don't even think we went over the cameras and stuff like that. We saw some lenses, but not the cameras with the drone and the da. But it's not necessarily like a flex, as in look at this and look at what we got, but more of saying when you kind of start packing a certain way and this and that, you can wake up in a new location every day, right? With what what makes you happy. That's something I learned when I was in concert staging, that let's say Taylor Swift, for example, right? So Taylor Swift, for example, um, they're traveling and they do a new show every single city, right? But the stage is the same, and the audio guy, his little section is the same, and the lighting guy, his little section is the same. And if, let's say, Jill Scott or whoever is on tour and they want a rug and they need to have this, and this, and this to be happy, that all is there. Now, the thing about it is kind of getting comfortable with like breaking down and setting up. But if you kind of get into the flow of things and you really like let's say for example this place, if the Wi-Fi wasn't that great here as we're having issues and this, that, and the other, then it goes, all right, well, now we can move to another spot. Okay, I'm cold. I want to go somewhere warmer. I can do that. All right, it's too many people in the city. I can go to the mountains. All right, the mountains, I want to go, do something else, then you can do that. And I think what I'm bringing it up for is kind of the key to be able to do something like that is being good within yourself. Because when you're good within yourself, then you have the ability to take that on the road. But if you're not good within yourself, then everywhere you go, you're going to have issues, right? So now, whatever it is that you really want, like a lot of people are, I don't the rent, and then some days I just don't want to do this, and I just want to go sometimes, and but I enjoy making art and this and this and this, and it's funny because when I was out in Shasta and it was my shaman ceremony and all that stuff, they were like, all right, you're manifesting for the full moon around the fire, throw something in. And I was like, yo, I'm manifesting, a van, RV, trailer thing, and, a media company to do my own travel show and X, Y, and Z. And now, what are we doing? And something interesting, too, as I can I speak freely, right? Let's say, here's the thing, like viewers and let's say the fame aspect, right? If you do something and no one sees it, did you still do it? Now, if for example, I worked out today, right? But I didn't take a video. Do I still have the results of working out? So if you make music, if you make short films, if you make what's it called, food, chef, clothing, any of these things, if you're doing it and let's say no one necessarily sees, you still did it. You still got better at your craft. You still progressed with learning, right? Sometimes you don't read a book in front of people, but did you still gain something? Yeah, and I think that's something that just being honest, working on, just putting my art out there without, oh my god, it's gotta, do this, every single thing, right? Now, yes, that is, something to where, let's say if you're making music to make music and you want to make a hit song, right? You want to make a song that everyone is gonna fuck with, or um, you want like the million streams, whatever, right? There's somewhat of a formula to do that, right? Now, when you can figure out that formula and do it for yourself, that's kind of, you know, a way of, for example, doing client work, right? When you have bills and you're an artist, you have to do client work in some way, right? Now, how you do client work is up to you. Now, you can go do construction. You can go work at a store, or you can make art. You know, if you're a rapper, you can get paid for a feature. If you make murals, you can get commissioned to make a mural, right? So within doing that, you're still getting better in maybe your own art, your own craft, because a lot of times, and for myself, I can even get frustrated as well. Oh, I don't like doing client work and this, that, and the other, and blah 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 blah. I can get into that, yes. Um, but kind of like being present and learning everything in the moment is way, you know, let's say if it's not particularly the shot that you would like to do a lot of times, or maybe not the color that you would like to use, or maybe the style, they'll do it a little bit differently than how particularly you would do it. But learning in a new way can help benefit your way. We feel that we can be so hyper focused on this particular path that um, sure, the branching paths might not lead exactly to where we would want to go at the end, but there's not saying that there's not information that we can learn along the way that can even assist us in our journey in the future. I've learned a lot during doing client work, um, as far as like making videos for other people, or um, like I was saying, even staging and things of that nature. And something that's funny is like being at this point in life of going like, okay, I did staging, I did a little bit of college, I did a little bit of this, I did a little bit of that. Um, I went out and did tarot, I hitchhiked, I did all these things. But now I'm here, you know? And even with like relationship stuff, I think that when what's cool about like even having this platform to like hold space to like talk, it's like the more that you even discuss, the more that you can kind of like let out, right? And hey, what's going on? Boop a boop, little wave of even realizing that within these lessons of, let's say, me trying to control things, as we were talking about with the waves, like the waves of life. Like you can get hit with the waves, or you can see the waves and you can move with them. You can go up, you can go down, but you know, just getting hit by the wave might not be the most comfortable feeling sometimes. Sometimes it could be. Maybe that's what you want to do. It's interesting because you gotta keep, just like keep going, go, 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 go. We're talking. But I guess I try not to be like, oh my god, this platform, this and this and this. And I think that now having issues is not necessarily authentic, but a part of life. And I think that getting triggered, and for myself, like pushing Luna or anyone away in life, anyone, family, that guy who yelled at me or whatever in the street when I was walking across or whatever, kind of pushing it away doesn't necessarily resolve it, you know. And then there's kind of like this aspect of like, I guess we're a to tis with of kind of being like, oh, this is, you know, we've been maybe in disagreement forever and X, Y, and Z, and it's been maybe days of arguing and da 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 da. This isn't working. I feel that time is a relative when it comes to that. And this platform of kind of sharing openly actually helps heal. And it's funny because this has been a whole evolution, and I don't know how I've been going live for like maybe 30 minutes, and it's like this whole evolution of myself, of like, what's going on, Gabe? Kind of, it's like, oh, let's like, realistically, you know, it's like full moon vibes. Yes, it's the full moon, we're feeling the full moon and shit, but kind of like tarot and astrology and all these things, they're great, and sure, we'll get to that, but realistically, the thing that you're going to talk about is what's on your heart. That's what's going to flow fluidly. And as you talk about it and open up about it, you can actually heal it. And it's interesting because now, as I say that, I see that's like the issue that we tend to run into in, let's say, Luna and I's relationship, and in any other relationship that I'm in, or people and all that stuff in general, right? Not every single one, but this is just an example of what might this loop be, right? Of, okay, getting triggered, right? And trying to calm someone down who's been triggered, can, hey, what's going on, Bones? Be kind of like a daunting task if, you know, as for myself, I understand. So you, Jamal, what's going on, dude? It's so cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's really, I caught a lot. I know we're getting back in there, and you know, really figuring it out. So, all right, and I'm gonna talk about this too, right? And it's like the trigger happens because, for myself, I'm very like, I'm an Aquarius, right? So Aquariuses are very like factual, like, yeah, factual. That's it. We're just like points, and we kind of like say things not in a disrespectful way, but in a true way. Like, if we didn't do good, then we didn't do good. You know what I'm saying? Pinkful, and the landlord's name is Rose. Shouts out to that. So that happened, right? Dude, water just felt so good. So the trigger happens, and let's say, here's just an example, right? What happens is someone gets triggered, right? They get triggered, and then a lot of times you're like embarrassed, you're angry about the thing that you're upset about, right? For instance, like in poly or in things of that nature, something can happen and someone gets upset about it, but doesn't really admit to themselves that they're upset about what happened, because a lot of the times, if we don't register that, then we don't realize, Anna, right? How silly it is to be upset at the thing we're upset about, right? Like, all right, you know, I am upset because maybe I see that this person's getting attention, it's not from me, or I feel that I'm not getting enough attention, X, Y, and Z. Now, when we might project outwards, it doesn't tend to be the thing that it actually is upsetting us. So, that's why communication is necessary part of vulnerability and trust for real, right? Because when, like, let's say I'm being very vulnerable right now, and I'm trusting kind of like you guys to, you know, maybe not attack me for being vulnerable, to understand that, you know, I'm expressing myself and healing in a certain way. Now, if again, this is why I say this is a whole evolution of the live show, because if I don't necessarily talk about this, then am I necessarily feeling better? No. Let me get Chief in here. The door's not opening. The door's not opening. It was open. The door's not opening. So now I'm communicating what's actually on my heart, not like, maybe even what's on my mind. Now, this is where I talk about kind of finding the balance in, let's say, even client work in your heart, right? So, it's fun because it's like once I grab the microphone, it just feels like, wow, just it excites me on the journey. But going, okay, let's talk about what's really on my heart, and that's the situation at hand is kind of not is if we what happens is we tend to hyper focus on let's say these particular events, right? But these events are the results of compound actions that keep repeating, right? So we forgive for the event, yet the compound actions that repeat on top of each other continue to build, and then it happens. So it's like, oh, the food got moldy, right? But if we continue to leave the food out, especially uncovered, without refrigerating it, without storing it properly, for however it's supposed to be stored, then it's going to get moldy. So if we continue to do that constantly, then we're going to get the same results, right? So communicating that aspect of this is where things tend to kind of go, let's say, awry or whatnot, because it goes, hey, this is a loop here that tends to happen, and we tend to ignore these signs, and this happens, right? Now, when we're maybe experiencing this, and maybe the best thing to do is walk away, right? Now, what I'm realizing within 3 years of, let's say, traveling on the road and really building really building relationships, like realizing that the disagreement is going to happen, and what I'm learning within these recent disagreements is that you can't necessarily control the outcome in the timeline of the healing of said disagreement, of said whatever. And to relate that is the equivalent of, let's say, passing a bill, right? Like, if all parties aren't heard enough to make their votes, then they're going to be there for quite some time, days, months, right? Hours, filibusters, just keeping it going, right? But eventually it gets vetoed or it gets approved. And when either one, right, you kind of come to like a certain aspect of what you have to do moving forward, right? You either have to go back to the drawing board and fix some things and maybe come back with a new bill, or you've been successful through, putting in the work needed and understanding whatever it is that you have to accomplish. Now, that might take some time. I feel that with what happens is me kind of understanding, like, even what put me here in the first place is being authentic, right? Now, I am being honest with me being authentic is has been, you know, traumatic at times. When you get backlash, I think something that I was even talking to Luna about is like it's one thing when people kind of send you angry messages, but then once you have the FreeWater family and people are sending messages to Luna and they talk about Chief, they talk about Rose, my dog, just all these things, people like attack you in all these personal ways. So it makes you kind of like put up some sort of like dummy person as an entertainer, right? As a influencer, as a whatever the fuck it is I'm doing right now, right? You put up kind of like a dummy person, like a scarecrow. So then when people are attacking that, you don't necessarily take it personal because that's not really who you are. Hey, what's going on? So when people attack this, right, it's like if you have a troll account and you're like trolling on, comments and people are hating that necessary comment, but you're like laughing because that's not who you are. Not saying necessarily I'm a troll, but you create some sort of like barrier between your like heart, right? Yet that's not necessarily what I was doing in the beginning. Before I was doing everything and I was posting everything. Now, something also realizing that I was like posting my emotions so frequently that I wasn't giving myself a chance to process them, right? And that's a very important aspect of, you know, being an empath. So my empathy is what be making me feel bad for telling the truth to people at times, because if it's a hard truth, I know I'm going to get secondhand sadness or embarrassment if it's not a positive truth, so to speak. Exactly. And something I was like, even, kind of, I was like, what I was talking about is like creating that, like that barrier is being honest, going with me and all my relationships or whatever, but particularly Luna and mine relationship, because that's kind of like, it's not necessarily saying that, oh, this is my main and everybody's a side piece or something like that, because that's extremely disrespectful and that's not how I look at that in any way, shape, or form. But with Luna, it's this the person that everyone sees the most, right? This is the person that, when the pictures and this and the videos and all these other things, this is what people are seeing. So when it's like this pressure to be like, okay, everything's good all the time, right? And I don't necessarily want to kind of bog people down, because people come into my show and they want it to be all lit and like, oh, hey, gorge, blah, 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 blah. And kind of realizing today in this whole arc, the story arc of this live show, of where I failed personally, right? Of, let's say, giving up on the situation, right? Because learning that if I push Luna away, Luna pushes me away, we still didn't solve anything, right? And the energy is still there. Now, also healing in a way, because, all right, these disagreements and how we go about them sure may look a certain way, right? It's up to us to change how we behave in those situations to get the different results. And that's where I, will scold myself, or, we have to be better, in that way of, okay, how can we speak a positive truth, right? Because my empathy is what is actually triggering in the situation, right? Because for for instance, as an example, right? Like I said in poly, someone might text me and this, that, and the other, and then an argument breaks out of course, I want us to spend more time together, right? And it's like we're with each other right now, right? Let's talk about how we might be feeling a certain way because someone texted me something, right? No, that's not it. I just wish that, you know, X, Y, and Z, and this, and this. So where I say with me being an Aquarius, when I go, well, X, Y, and Z doesn't necessarily make sense because A, B, and C here, right? And we also have E, F, G, and all these other things that lead to, like I said, my empathy, what it is that I'm feeling. So why don't we kind of discuss that, right? What happens with that being triggering is, okay, so now not only are we hitting the trigger point, we're hitting it so directly that it's like when you get called out about your crush. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you've been looking at so and so all day and boo 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 boo, like some elementary school shit. Like, I found your notebook and you wrote their name down like with hearts in it and this, that, and the other. And you'd be like, I don't even like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Right? It's love, but it comes out the different end. And I feel for myself, it goes into a thing of, instead of where I can improve, of being like, okay, we got it. Like, okay, this person's triggered right now. Hey, let's take a break. Let's go to fucking get some, for a walk or whatever. Maybe go on an adventure for a couple days or whatever it is, right? And then process this, get back, right? Now, when we feel that emotion though, right? What happens is we feel this emotion and then it like triggers all the other times we felt this emotion. So then that emotion feels like all of eternity. Where myself talking as someone, out of that emotion, once you calm down, right? You realize, okay, this emotion isn't forever. Self-love should be everyone's nurture, right? Self-love is very important, and this is where I feel like what learning about like relationships and stuff, self-love is so important to be able to take away and kind of heal what it is that we need to do, right? What it is that actually is going to, like I said, get us to the next relationship, get us to the next day. Because if we don't do that, we have the same issues. We're putting the same chemicals together and getting the same results. We need to put different chemicals in, right? Different actions. So for myself, going, all right, pushing someone away, right? And then even in this healing time, understanding the waves, because let's say Luna and I do this, right? Me and any relationship, right? Maybe not any, maybe other people, maybe they it's not as, explosive. Hey, what's going on? Shouts out to all the models, homies doing the thing. Oh, do we have the? Hey, here we go. Funny. It's super funny. So, A, positive and creative energy. Thank you. Now, taking this positive creative energy and applying it to the healing. So, again, the story arc of this live show has been amazing. Of, okay, so now I feel this pressure. Because, being honest, roof, lights, I showed you guys a little tour, it costs monies, right? Just being 100% honest with you. So, in order to make monies, you gotta work in some ways, right? We gotta manifest even. Even manifesting is you gotta, in order to manifest, like with the law of attraction, it's like being able to lift a weight, right? You have to be able to work out certain muscles, right? We gotta have the yes, right? We gotta have those ready, right? And we're making the healing fun, and that's where I feel like myself, I was trapping myself and not opening up to my true emotions in even this line of work where like I look at my, you know, like I was saying, I created, not that I created, but it's like, all right, I'm gonna post music for a little bit, because if I'm talking about like relationships and what I'm feeling and Aries and this, that, and the other, if somebody were to really try that, I wouldn't, you know, maybe my response might not be the best, right? But being here and being like, oh, you know, I can't go live because let's say me and Luna got into it and blah 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 blah. But also in reality, like I can heal from that in a positive way. I can have fun and be healing. I can have fun and talk about it in a way that's funny, right? And that's where it's like me getting back to even stand up and going out and creating music in these ways, you know, it's it can be like, oh, this is funny, right? Okay, you know, hey, we have to take some time and maybe work through some things. Sure, that might take however long, right? But it's also going to be faster than giving up. You dig what I'm saying? If it takes a week, which is like, oh my god, I can't believe we just spent a week of talking things and we left, we're here and there and blah 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 blah, like, but let's say a year of being angry and holding in that emotion, years, like, you know, fucking through our relationship that has been in the very public eye, you know, of going back and forth. And I think, like, what tends to happen is that you have two parties that want validation when you're doing something like that, and you don't get healing in that energy. So the things we did in the past were very Bree, what, right? Tell me why I just watched your 222 reading when I woke up this morning and snapped me back into alignment. I was so happy. Your locks were so different. Love the growth and evolution. All right, so look how fast my fucking locks are growing. And shouts out to fucking Brie, right? I want to go put on the tie-dye shirt you gave me because I love that thing to death. And it's in so many videos coming up that we got editing and shit, right? So, all right, that's the thing. I like repressed videos. I repressed, you know, the vision. Love you. Big hugs. Oh my god. I'm so happy to do this again. I repressed going live because I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to, you know, all right, here's the thing, right? Just being honest when it comes to poly and stuff like that. It feels like with the poly, everything's got to be happy all the time, right? Like, you know, if we're, you know, if you're in a relationship, everything's got to be perfect and there's never any arguments and no one ever yells anything at anyone and it's just happy, happy love time all the time, right? But that's not the truth. It's not. It's not. It is not, right? So me with this live today being like, yo, it's not the truth. So I'm gonna still go live and talk about it, but I feel that the thing about it is even me realizing, okay, like the reason why I get so frustrated with, let's say, when we get into an argument or something like that is because it feels that, like, let's say I'm the Airbnb and this and this. We plan that we're gonna go live and we're gonna do all these things and boom, 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 and we have to do this in order to work. And it goes, okay, so now we're not doing that, and we're, instead of looking at this as, okay, a trigger is like working out a muscle. And before, like it was like interesting how you were saying the videos are going like, okay, Quartz, I need this in order to keep my sanity. I need this so I can have a pulse and speak and have like my vibration come back to myself to where, okay, now I can go deal with the situation. But when I'm in it and then it feels like, okay, my therapy, my healing, I'm denying myself because I don't want to be authentic and talk about the thing that I need to heal, right? I'm going to talk about everything else. And that's where it's kind of like a reflection, as you can see in like my animation and just like my voice and the vibes and even numbers or whatever the fuck, right? Going up. But if I'm trying to talk about, okay, the full moon and this, and then I'm like getting distracted because this is what I'm really thinking about, where's the healing? Right? This is why a tribe need land that just live amongst each other. I swear, if like beings were in one neighborhood, I swear it would be different. So that's what I'm working so freaking hard for. Oh my god. So as I'm wearing the FreeWater t-shirt, right? So then it becomes like a thing, right? So then it goes, all right, Luna, realistically, the amount of healing, and again, for any relationship, it's not just this one, any amount of healing, it just needs time and space, right? But the issue is right now is that the time and space has to be caught up to where I'm at in order to execute the things that we need to do, right? So it's like tough because the way, let's say, streaming, right? Me talking to you on live and on this camera, and with the right is a thing, right? It takes time, it takes practice, it takes, like with music, right? I might have freestyled for maybe a minute, 3 minutes, something like that. And people go, oh wow, you rapped for 3 minutes, like, but in reality, that took years and years of practice. That wasn't just 3 minutes of, you know, art, of effort, right? It's years of effort that get reflected in 3 minutes, right? So it becomes like this thing of like, okay, we need to really play at this high level, but we're not there yet. And the things about we speak that kind of prevent us from being there tend to be triggering. So then it's like we feel like it's this, crazy like it's like I guess before this live show being like, all right, like no one wants to hear about problems, everybody wants to be happy, and we need to get on this vibe and be, positive and do this shit all the time, right? But that's just not who we are. Maybe it's lack of knowing the different love language of each other. I have to remember my love language is different than my friend, family partners. As an Aquarius, we trying to, though, healed aquas out here. Exactly. And that's exactly learning the different love languages, right? So what I've learned in the ups and downs of this relationship, for me, I don't, when I'm triggered, I don't like to be touched. I do not touch me, right? Just the way I've grown up, like when I'm in that energy, like being from the south side of Chicago and grown, like, just You don't touch people. You know, like touch is like not a thing. You know, so when someone's touching you, it's like it feels as, you know, especially in a triggered energy, you feel threatened. You don't feel like comforted, right? What I personally like is communication, like clear, like monotone, as if even communication, right? Very clear, find a, like take the emotions out, and like we're talking very logical about even our emotions, but we're doing it in a way that, you know, it's it's like what I like to call sturdy, stable. Again, being from the neighborhoods that I grew up in, you don't, you know, talking loud to somebody and this, that, and the other, or if you yell at me, I'm going to ignore you, right? So if you start yelling and or you're not hearing me, then I'm going to shut down. If I'm Because what tends to happen in an argument, right, is that if someone's frustrated, you're talking and they're kind of waiting for you to stop talking, so then they can validate their anger. You dig what I'm saying? And that frustrates me because then it feels like I'm wasting my time because I'm genuinely listening to you and genuinely responding to why you're upset, which then triggers because let's say I'm going, for example, this is what happens. Hey, I'm upset about, you know, ABC. And I go, okay, well, there's not really a reason to be upset about ABC because of EFG. You dig? So when I say that, it's not going that your emotion is invalid. I didn't say like, oh my God, you're feeling this. I can't believe that you're feeling anything and we should never feel emotions. That's not what I'm saying. That's what it might feel like though. And that's what I'm learning. In my Aquarius head, I'm like, why are you getting offended? Because I'm telling you that what you're upset about isn't the reason why you're feeling this emotion. It's probably because this thing over here. So let's talk about this thing over here. Yet our pride and ego, right? They won't admit that it is the thing over there, right? So then we're being, you know, pointed out all these different this, and this, or this, and this, and this, and this, and it's like, that's not it, you know? So that's why, for instance, as you can see, like I say, in the whole theatrics of the live show, the story arc, I come on, I'm like, oh, I gotta go live, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta entertain, and then I go, all right, I'm gonna talk about what's on my heart. And that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna talk about what's on my heart in an entertaining way. Now, we're both winning, right? Hey, I look cute. As long as I talk in an entertaining way, I can talk about whatever. Got a fucking show, right? Now, I'm gonna talk about what's on my heart. The fact that it's not just Luna. It's the fact that in these relationships or love, because understanding that, you know, even in past situations before Luna, we had large conflicts, right? Let's just put it that way. And why do these conflicts happen? And it comes from, like you said, this love language thing. Now, I have to realize that, all right, when Luna's triggered, me saying what it is that I'm necessarily feeling isn't going to help the situation, because although it may be true, it's not going to help, right? What I have to do, what I've learned that works, is instead of, let's say, in their eyes looking like I'm invalidating what they're saying, when I'm like maybe in my eyes validating the thing that it is that actually needs to be healed, right? So it would be the equivalent of, let's say, Luna's very physical, right? I don't like that. When I'm triggered, right? I don't like that, right? In her eyes, right, she's not trying to harm me in X, Y, and Z way. She might even, wherever the hands go, whatever, da 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 da. I'm just trying to, get you to see that I love you, right? By holding you, grabbing you, having you look at me, whatever like that. I don't like to be touched when I'm triggered, right? Us communicating this now openly on the live, we can go, okay, now we're actually going somewhere, because right now we're just triggering the shit out of each other. Then we go away, and then our love brings us back because we do love each other dearly, right? But we still aren't operating in a way that we can respond to each other's triggers, right? Especially when we're triggered, right? Now, us being triggered tends to be even the trigger of that person, right? Because me saying that, I'm listening and responding with maybe, oh, I'm upset about this, and I'm responding with, maybe solutions, when in my eyes, I'm coming up with the solutions, right? In their eyes, I'm invalidating them, right? Then it comes to, all right, no, you're invalidating me. I just want you to care. I wish I had a partner that cared, and I guess this isn't that relationship, and this, and this, and this. When they say something like that, that hurts. That hurts me a lot, because I care. I'm listening to you. Therefore, I care, right? With all these other relationships in the world, right? That I love so many people that I want to spend time with, right? Cheyenne. So many people that I love and want to spend time with, and I'm spending time with you, right? Even if it is me working, right? I'm working next to you. We're cuddled up and I'm working on something, right? I'm not doing that with other people that may want to spend time with me. Not saying that this is a bragging thing. It's going that, okay, now I feel not seen because I'm giving effort that isn't being, appreciated. So therefore, now, let's say me again trying to help the situation makes it worse. So then, therefore, that triggers me because I just want to help, right? And me not helping is frustrating. Same thing for them. All right, I want to help heal, or I'm trying to help it do this, but what I'm doing is maybe making the situation worse, and now being upset at the person because what I'm doing isn't necessarily helping, right? Me being an evolved Aquarius for today, maybe full moon, whatever. Like I said, it's a story arc of the live show, the live show of all live shows type shit, right? So this arc, right, is realizing that, okay, what happens is that when I attempt to talk to this person, that tends to make them more mad. I get upset because I spent this much time talking to this person that it didn't work out, and now I feel frustrated and wasted my time, right? So it can go, all right, let's not waste the time. What works, literally what works, realize this works every time. When Luna's triggered, right? For this person, for other people, it's different, but for this example, Luna triggered. Let me not say something. Let me just hold her hand, right? And hold her and say, yo, I love you, right? That's not hard at all. But I've been missing that, right? This full moon is making me assess my neediness and people-pleasing tropes within right now, and I'm cringing. Yes, right? So that's even the thing that we have to heal, is that now the people-pleasing, because it's like, I love you, I want to help, but then if we don't realize that we might be people pleasing so much that we're not even figuring out a way to please ourselves and them at the same time, because we put them first. And then when we put them first, we get mad because we put ourselves whatever not the fuck first. You dig what I'm saying? So then it's a trigger. Boom, explosion. Oh, I just gave you my time and I could have been doing X, Y, and Z, right? True. Very true statement, right? But what if we loved in a way that filled our cup? People pleasing, right? Like I said, we're 9-0. Hey, Jacksonville, stand up, right? What's happening? The people pleasing part, where it goes, okay, so now I'm people pleasing because me having this conversation, right, is something I don't want to do. Therefore, it feels like people pleasing, right? What's happening? Oh, we gotta get the beer. Right. So now I'm people pleasing, and I'm upset. It's like, let's say you go to work and you don't get paid, right? If you don't enjoy your job, you're gonna be pissed as a bitch. You dig? Right? What if you went to work and you enjoyed it and you didn't get paid? Right? Now that's called volunteering. It's a 22. Right? So we need to be volunteering in life. I know that sounds crazy, right? I'm volunteering my time and energy right now, right? I'm not expecting, let's say, results like this, right? Maybe the result is maybe fixing the issue, right? But if you're volunteering your time and it's going to take a long time, then that's fine. You understand that you're in here for the long haul and you really just want to get the job done. Whether it's cleaning the beach, it might take you years to clean the beach, but if you volunteer your time and you just clean the beach and you inspire people, you clean the park, right? Like us as an audience volunteering to allow you to be heard on your platform. Yes, right? You're volunteering your time, right? I'm not paying you, right? Now, hear me out, right? This is where the authentic healing, I'm proud to just understand what everyone here. Thank you, right? Now it goes, fuck. This is it. We figured it out. Quartz, we figured it out again. Yes, we figured it out. Quartz, we had old 2016, 2017 quartz. Yet we have 2023 quartz, right? At the same time, hey, you've created a safe space, right, to heal. But also, this safe space to heal comes with understanding of all parties involved. I will say that before, being honest and using this platform, I would be upset and then I would use this platform to maybe gain validation, or I would work things out, yet I couldn't understand the things I didn't understand. I didn't understand the things that I didn't get, right? Now I understand triggers more. I understand being in relationships. I understand love. I understand, the conflict, right? What I am figuring out as well is that us giving each other space is the time to heal. Yet we give each other space and then we get mad at it, right? Because we don't want the space, right? because that becomes the people pleasing aspect, right? Now, with this time apart, right, we can really reflect and understand get better, all that. But with the love aspect, if you're more upset that we're not together in this very moment, including myself, right? They're not here right now, and I'm upset that they're upset, which makes me upset. And now we're going in this loop of just being upset that there's conflict instead of volunteering our time to solve it. Now I'm volunteering my time to solve this by speaking on it in a way that isn't like depressing. You see what I'm saying? Like before, just being honest, what I'm learning is that I would be so depressed, I would be so sad that there's conflict in our relationship and that everything isn't going so perfectly that, you know, blah 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 blah, that I would shut down and be like, oh my god, I feel so sad talking that me and Luna have issues, and what's the world gonna think that me and Luna got into an argument and we unfollowed each other? Yeah, I fucking unfollowed Luna. Yeah, she fucking unfollowed me. Yeah, what the fuck? You know, shit fucking happens, right? But me closing myself off and not opening up to it, then how are we supposed to heal? Because now I'm using my live show as a platform to even run away from what it is, or kind of just like I don't know, whatever the fuck it was, it's not working until today. It's like, all right, hey, we're going to use this platform to speak freely on, you know, love and what's going on, but also in not a negative way, you know, definitely not a negative way. Because sure, whatever conflict it is, I can be like, you know, triggered Luna and trigger me. Dude, I don't want to be around triggered me. That's why I work really hard on meditation, not to get the triggered me, right? And I'm sure Luna works the same way. Yet, for me, like, realizing that we can love and forgive each other, but we still, like you said earlier, have to realize each other's love languages in order to move forward, you know, as a whole, right? So when conflict comes up, me feeling the pressure of, oh my god, I don't want to talk about this on live. We have to go live. Now I got to cancel the live show. Or, you know, I got to be entertaining. I got to go up on stage. I'm going to cancel the show. And now I'm upset that I have to cancel the show because, you know, I didn't want to tell people that we were in an argument. And then it's like this forever frustration because it's like, now let's say we have the FreeWater home movies with me and Luna loving each other, and we're out paddleboarding and kissing and all that stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm triggered because I love this person and we're not working things out, so I'm not going to post a video. I'm going to get rid of it and I'm going to start over and this, that, and the other. Now it sounds extremely stupid, right? Now I'm learning from expertise because, dude, going through these fucking motions, when you're feeling that so strongly, you feel that it's going to be forever, right? But hatred doesn't, dude, love lasts forever. You love somebody, like, that shit don't go away. You dig what I'm saying? You hate somebody, you're eventually, alright, bro, like, you know, hey, misplaced legs. We might have found them, I'm not sure. We'll check the lost and found. Living out loud is tough, but it can be freeing. The more you two grow together, I believe in you guys. Thank you. I'm believing in ourselves too. Like, I feel that, you know, using each part of, like I said, the ways when we're together, make the magic together. When we're apart, make the magic apart. You know, when there's conflict, understand why there's conflict and use this conflict to share with the world how we can be better, versus oh, look how everything's great and this and this, and then all of a sudden, like, it's not great, and then it's very confusing. Why I thought you guys just said it was great, now it's not great. Like, what the fuck is going on, right? Very confusing. It doesn't make any sense. It is like, what the fuck, you know? So, is it 4-4? It's 4-4. Get the fuck out of here. Foundation, man. Found fucking dation. So we got a number, numerology, all sorts of shit that we are gonna be doing today. So yeah, that's fucking cool. Right. Period. Right. See, but that's the thing. When you're in it, where you're not looking at the full moon, like me and Luna are just like, not looking up and being like, yo, it's a full moon and it's 4-4, like shit's about to hit the fan, like all the things that we're feeling are gonna come up, and then we're so, like, I think we live in a world where, like, when it's so peaceful, we think that, like, we're like, oh my god, it's so peaceful, we're never gonna get into another argument as long as we live, right? This is it, we figured it out, gang. Family, we figured it out. Hey, send a text. Send them. Text everybody. We figured it out. Luna and I will never have conflict ever again. Right? Moons and Libra, the motherfucking scales, bitch. Right? Never! And then conflict happens, and then you're like, I didn't want to, I don't want to have conflict. And that's the whole thing. We just yell at each other, I don't want to argue, I don't want to do this, I don't want to this, I'm tired of this shit. But then, like, we create it, you know, it's fucking funny, right? We create it, right, in the ways that I'm learning by compromising on love languages. I wouldn't necessarily say violate it. I don't like to be touched, right? She doesn't really like my Aquarius ways, a very logical, you know, logical and direct approach, right? Not saying that she's not logical or can understand what it is that I'm saying, but understanding from my end that now it just feels that someone's invalidating what it is that you're feeling, versus like how I would even come from it before is like a more inception approach of, okay, I feel what it is that you're feeling, let's figure out different ways to talk about this that's not as directly but can trigger the healing and the understanding that we need to move forward. For me, where I've been violating on my own, super direct. Oh, you're not taking well to what I'm saying. Okay, now I'm frustrated because you're not receiving what I'm saying, and that makes me feel a certain way, right? Now I feel like I wasted my time, and now when I'm wasting my time, it feels like I'm always wasting my time because we're not getting the results that we need, and we need to get results in order to win, right? Fair enough. Very valid, right? Both sides are valid. Yes, we need to figure things out in order to succeed, right? But do we need to rush? Do we need to quit? Is quitting necessarily the option? No. Because then how are we supposed to solve it? How are we supposed to solve it? You know? By just I don't know. I do know. Now, because I opened up, and thank you guys for holding space. I feel like this is the first time where I'm not like trying to gotta grow in love, not fall. Exactly. And I feel like that's what happened with ourselves, is that we felt like we just love each other so much that we just like jumped into it instead of like, you know, fairy tales were never all positive either, unfortunately. Yes. And I feel that's, you know, the detrimental part of like myself myself, and I guess it's just like, let's talk about the real stuff, you know. And I feel that I was focused so much on being an entertainer because it goes, oh, we need to make money, right? And in order to make money, we need to realistically go back to the old ways that I knew about making money. Going live, being consistent on live, doing tarot readings on live, you know, doing private readings afterwards, X, Y, and Z. But my life has changed, right? You know, I have a family now. I can't do the old ways in this new life. You dig what I'm saying? And just learning that and understanding what it is that I enjoyed about before, it goes, oh my god, I miss my old live shows because they were a vibe. They were just such a fucking vibe, you know? I would be doing this and this and this and this and this. Transitions. Now I can be a vibe and talk about my real life. My real life is that this shit's not easy, you know? It's not easy. And real life, I gotta do better. This isn't a blame, you know, a blame party on either side. It's understanding what we both do to get the reaction that we didn't want, right? Change is really what be the struggle. Yeah. And now everything's changing and it's coming so fast, and realistically that's what's, you know, scary on their end too, of, oh my god, like when I come into someone's life, you know, everything that you know kind of gets flipped upside down. And it's scary, you know. It's scary to go from monogamy to polygamy. It's scary to go from, you know, being in one place all the time to moving around damn near every week type shit, you know. It's scary to be on stage. It's scary to be in the studio. It's scary to have the lights on you. It's scary to, you know, access your full potential. For me, what's scary is not accessing my full potential. For me, what's scary is being held back in any way. For me, what's scary is feeling that I'm missing out on my chance or my opportunity. And that's where we come into conflict. Because it feels like, oh my god, this person is scared of the stage, right? So therefore they're holding me back from the stage. Therefore I have to get rid of them, which is my older way of thinking, right? Newer way of thinking is I have to remember time doesn't exist. I have to tell myself that, you know? It's hard because, like, in this particular lifestyle, time does exist, and like, yo, eventually that Airbnb is up. Eventually checkout comes, you know, eventually rent's due. Eventually, you know, you gotta move, whatever it is. Eventually you gotta do this. Eventually you gotta do that. And I can just be in the now and deal with it. And I think that what I'm realizing is that I have to understand that side of like, all right, we have to, you know, pay the bills, right? We have to create content. We have to interact with people, right? Those are my pressures, right? And it's my pressure to heal. So then I feel like what I was telling Luna, I was like, it feels like we're in a position where I have to choose my career or this relationship. And it scares me because like everything riding with FreeWater. Like it's more than just okay, it's Quartz FreeWater turning up and looking good, right? It's using our platform to say what the fuck we gotta say and to get what we need to get to put ourselves in a position for imminent, economic downturn. But then it goes, I love you so much that I would throw that away. Like type shit. Like, yo, let fuck everything. Fuck the world. Let it burn. We'll go live in the van and just be stinky together. The weight of the world type energy. Test of time, love, and effort, right? But now we're going, all right, look. The whole thing was like, all right, course, I'm going to have to start streaming around like 8 hours a day, right? We have to interact with the people more, right? We hear the comments. Trust me. The reason I'm being honest why we haven't, right? Because it's like we have our good times, then we have our not good times, and then it's like, all right, we don't want to share. We want to show we're the FreeWater family. This is what we mean. We mean so much to people. We have to bring joy all the time. Otherwise, people aren't going to be able. It's like, dude, yeah, people can fathom a bad day. People have plenty of bad days, right? Us having a bad day, a bad week, is understandable, right? Us being fake about it, it's not, right? Because people want us to be real. People want us to be authentic, right? Yo, I haven't touched the card. I could have pulled 800 bajillion cards right now. 800 bajillion cards. Back to back to back, back to back, back to back to back, back to back to back, back to back, back to back to back. We got racks on racks, racks on racks, racks on racks on racks. What's that? Key Glock? Dolph. Right? But either way. But what's real? 100 distractions or the one fucking conversation that's really on your heart? Come on. Right? So, I mean, as much as I get upset that, Luna and I took time apart, it's as healing as, we get these really get things accomplished, because I feel that we're so like in love with each other that we don't want to lose each other, or we're trying to like figure out a way to make this happen, but that fear is actually what's preventing us from being there. Because it's like you got two magnets connecting, but they're like fear blocking. So this is what happens every time we're like getting closer, and then like the fear is in the middle. So the fear is like pressure, and we're getting closer, and then it just explodes. And we're like, yo, what the fuck just happened? Right? We were just good. We were just doing all sorts of fun things, fun activities together. Now we hate each other. Like, the fuck? That doesn't even make sense, right? But the fear compounding is there, explodes, because it was there before. So now the fire of the latest argument blows up on a reservoir of gasoline that was already there. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Who may that be? Hey, this is awesome. You know what, guys? I'm so fucking happy right now because we're doing it. Like, I just showed up today. We got breakfast. Got a matcha cake. Question is, what are your new love languages with your new life together? And then, boom. There we go. Alright, we got a little fly in here, but it's all good as long as it don't land in the drink. Alright, we got kombucha orange, right? Entering a new paradigm. Because we're setting a new foundation. And I feel like as detrimental and as people like I should probably I gotta get back over there to that stream. was streaming. Boom. Also, I'm gonna grab the dabber tins, right? Grab those dabby dabbies. Oh, actually, and I can cut all this out, so because I'm not streaming live yet, I'm getting warmed up. I'm getting warmed up for YouTube. We gotta make sure the fucking internet is working. You know, fast enough. So, boom. What we need is a torch because we got dabs here. Of course, legal dabs because we are in a legal state of mind. A legal state of mind. We are in a legal state of mind. A legal state of mind. She knows how to order. I'm trying to tell you, we still got food from the other day, and that's where we find the balance because it's alright. Chief ordering food is the funniest thing. You ready to see it? He gets hella food, right? Enough food to feed a village, right? That's why you really have to build a community just to eat all the food that Chief ordered. And then we can't find the bag, and then it's like they didn't give us the so and so, and then we find it because we spent like so much time bringing in bags, and there's so much food, you know. But the good news is, right? The shit be tasty as a bitch, so you can't complain. You can't complain. So I'm gonna say shouts to the Chief. Thanks for giving us this coffee. Chief has the lighter. Oh, I think the Target bag's there because we had two lighters. I don't know what this is. Okay. It's alright. Not too sugary. Not too sugary. Oh! Drop the GoPro. Back the back. Alright, so I'm gonna get the other lighter. We are in the legal state of mind. The legal state of mind. Yeah, we got hella music that we're working on. You dig what I'm saying? Hey. Oopsies. Alright, so this one we're bring it back. We'll bring it back. Ow. Lighter. Lighter, yeah. It's a lighter, yeah. It's a lighter, yeah. All right. Now we're back to back. We got racks on racks. All right, man, this is fun, dude. I'm so stoked right now. This is probably the most stoked I've been ever. Look at my stoked face. This is an Aquarius stoked face. Look at it. I'm stoked. I'm so happy right now. This is the happiest I've been. All right. Yes, for the torch. If it's a torch, you know it is. Bow. All right. I'll talk about why I'm happy. Right. Why I'm happy is because I'm streaming and we're just about to hit 2 hours. Like, I was getting up this morning. I'm like, all right, realistically, course, in order for our plan to work, you got to stream 8 hours a day. Right? I was like, dude, 8 hours straight, that's gonna be a lot. Because I still like to, I gotta take a break or something. I gotta enjoy my day. I gotta do something, you know. So what the fuck? I gotta go out and pop out, you know, whatever the fuck, you know. And I was like, but if I break it down into 4 hours, 4 in the morning, 4 in the evening type shit, it's more cheap or whatever it is. And now it just feels like I said, like in the story arc of this live show, like you see I get on and I'm like, I feel like uncomfortable because I feel like I have to entertain, you know, and I'm like, oh fuck, like let me build up the vibes to entertain, but that's not sustaining. And what's funny is because that's what I used to do in my other show. Well, I mean, it's the same show on Instagram Live, but I call them different shows, right? Because it's different points of my life and different times. So the different points and literally the time of the day of the show is a completely different thing to me, right? 9 o'clock show is different than 11 o'clock show. Different than the 7 o'clock show. I tell you, it's different, right? So, it's different energy. So, me to be like, yo, now I feel like as comfortable as when I streamed for like a week straight on camera, and I feel as honest as before I had things to really not be honest about, if that makes sense. It is that I'm like lying or anything. It's just it felt like if I don't talk about it, then I'm not lying about it. But in reality, it's all over my face, it's all over my spirit. And now we got dabs. It's a good fucking day, dog. It's a good day. I can play video games now. Like fucking shit, I'm working. I'm hanging out. You know, but I probably won't play video games. I'll probably make music and shit. Stream me making music. That's what we got that shit set up over there. So, I'm just vibing. I'm vibing. Sound like people just yeah, just go make music. Come from the underworld. Dabs did it to you. Oh my god. Alright. Damn. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. I totally... My bad. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. We're getting better. People call and it throws the live show off. And then I feel rude because it's like I'm sending them the voicemail or whatever, but like I'm live and I can't text them that I'm live, you know, because I'm live. Yeah. So maybe I'll go live on the iPad or something. Yeah, man. Boom. Ugh. Ugh. That's a good dab. Yes, thank you for tuning in. You know what? I feel like I'm at a good point too. I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's time to get ready. I'll end with, I'm gonna pull a card for myself. Then actually even look at some astrology shit. Then we'll get on. Let's get out. I actually might do the full moon readings. Actually, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna keep working. And then I'm gonna get off. Work a little more. What all did you get? Word. No, I'm just trying to figure out what flavor this coffee is. In New Jersey? Cause I'll just grab them. Grabbing flavors. Oh my god, I keep dropping this. Oh my lord. Okay. Pro vanilla. Probably vanilla. Rachel says it's vanilla flavor. Is it vanilla?
Nah, this is like something. To this Japanese place. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, it's Japanese coffee. Very, very exotic. You know, Chief stay with the Zaza. You know, we stay with Zaza on every aspect of life, not just the Za. You dig what I'm saying? Even the coffee is Zaza. It's exotic. You dig what I'm saying? Boom. So we got all these different tarot cards, and everyone goes, course, why do you have all these different tarot cards? You're so unorganized. Sure, one can look at it like that, or one can look at it as a salad from the universe, right? Oh, Kurt, universe got what it needs. We've been through some things. I'm a shaman, okay? We're not your at-home shaman. We're in your on the road, going through shit shaman, all right? And we're still smiling afterwards. You know how much shit I've seen through a fucking Saturn return? Oh, Kurt, it's real. The matcha? There's matcha?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Alright, we're trying matcha, guys. Trying matcha from Nippon Cha. Nippon Cha. See. You gotta drink matcha with a straw, right?
Yeah, probably.
There's already enough fucking plastic in the cup. Here's the thing. Alright, hear me out. Of course, you're using a straw. Alright, there's already a plastic cup. What do you want me to do about it? We're recycling. We have FreeWater on the chest. We're figuring out a better way. Team C's. Shouts out to Mark Rober and Mr. Beast. Shouts out to Market Research. And guess what, mofos? Not even a plastic straw. Wow, save the earth. Here's a tip. I got you. It's a tip. It's just a tip, though. It's just a tip. It's not the whole thing, so calm down. Calm down. Now, you get a paper straw. You go quartz. Paper straws are terrible. They suck, right? Quartz, why do they suck? Because you put the paper straw in and you have a delicious drink, especially a smoothie or something like that, and then it starts deteriorating, right? So what you gotta do is you gotta push down on this part, right? Push down on it. Because the reason it's deteriorating is because it's being compromised when you push it in there. So now it's being pushed in. It's kind of like it's losing its integrity. Watch. Do this. Give you one of these. A little open, right? Rachel says, what's up? Chief enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? Chief in the wild. Right? Robe on. Got a podcast later today. Getting ready. Tune in. Right? Boom. Getting ready. Again, we chilling. We waking up. You dig what I'm saying? Doing numbers. Matcha's bust down. Bust down. It's a matcha tiramisu. I love tiramisu. One of my favorite desserts. Of course, what's your favorite dessert? I don't know what tiramisu is. It's like cake. It's like tiramisu, cheesecake. Cannolis are up there. Cannolis are alright, yeah. You get a good cannoli, a good like crunchy cannoli. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like some good shit, you know, with the, you know, that actually put, there's a good ratio of like chocolate chips or whatever it is they're gonna do on it. That's dope. That's dope. I'm a star. How can I not shine? Welcome back. Welcome back. This is just fun. It's cool because you can expect. I feel like the big thing is like, oh my god, I caught a live. Everybody wants to catch a live, you know. And then I'm not going live. I gotta give the people what they want, you know. They want the music, true. So we still gonna do that. What we're doing is celebrity numbers. We gotta treat ourselves like we're, you know, Ryan Seacrest in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get up and go do my live show. I'm gonna get up and work out. I'm gonna go be healthy. I'm gonna do numbers, right? And then I'm gonna record some music, do some more numbers. You dig what I'm saying? So you just gotta stay tuned for everything. We're about to do numbers, you know, all year round. You know, just stream. Right? Oh, that's what we gotta do. We gotta come up with a whole new gaming channel. Wow, I'm about to do that today. So then we're getting better. I'm getting these ideas. They're flowing. We're loving. We're glowing. Yeah, again, be on the lookout for a full podcast. This is the first time ever. Yeah, I think that Chief and I is just me and you on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, first one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Boom. The FreeWater Family Podcast. Breaking history here. We can go through the whole history. People want to know. It's so funny. We just popped up, like out of the universe. You know, people don't. It feels like that sometimes. You know, it feels like, whoa, you know, we just popped up out of here and we've been doing this. And people think we've been doing this for a long time, but we're entering year 4 together as a team. Year 4 of started out as a Golden State Healers, but we know, you know, we're still the Healers, you know, but we're the fam, you know, so that's cool, and yeah, super excited to talk about that and everything, ups and downs of the journey, especially the recent shenanigans. We'll just leave it at that. So yeah, be on the lookout, and it's going to be a podcast, so we can just really just relax and just talk it out. And yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Be sure to subscribe to the FreeWater Family Podcast on all major platforms. You can also check it out on the YouTube. We're going to put it up on YouTube or 10. And yeah, again, just be on the lookout for these things, which we're going to do once I'm done with this. But first, we're going to do full moon tarot readings for the signs. We haven't done that in some time. We'll do some celebrity readings, just fun things. So if you guys have any celebrities, or if you want a personal reading, I'm looking at anybody here, all right? If you want a personal reading, then go ahead, ask. I got you for the free 99 for tuning in to the show. You're giving energy, so technically it's not free. You're paying me with your time and effort. So thank you so much for tuning in live. If you're watching this later, bitch, stop playing with me. I'm playing, you know. But for real though, I'll hook it up with a little discount if you text me. What emoji? The protractor emoji. The protractor emoji. If you text me protractor emoji, you can get a reading, because I'm gonna be saying that, but I'm only gonna say it this one time. I'm gonna say I said it. And if you didn't get it, you skipped ahead. You can't get there. These are for people. These are for the ones who really with us, like Rachel. Rachel's doing numbers right now. Good job, Rachel. Doing numbers. Good job. All right, we real healthy out here, drinking the matcha. I'm gonna take a sip of matcha because good job, FreeWater.
Good job.
Oh my God, we need to get that soundbite. I'm doing that today. We're getting the good job soundbite. Good job, Larry. How much do you think it will get for? We gotta get Larry on there. Say good job, FreeWaters. Maybe FreeWaters is too long. You know. We got it.
Man.
Good job, fam. Yeah, there we go. Good job, fam. Yeah. Because the FreeWater is too long. It's too long. Because that's what she said. Oh, man. All right. Wrong button. We're getting used to it. I'm telling you, it's first day back stream, first day back at practice. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's what she said. Hey! There we go. Thank you. Good job, everyone. Rachel, we got your reading coming up right now. Everybody stay tuned, because after Rachel, we're getting to the astrology. So whatever your sign is, we're going to pull a card for y'all, and we're going to pull some shaman cards. We're going to bring the motherfucking vibes. Bring them. That's what happens when you watch YouTube. All right, we got this magical card here. Oh, Judgment. It's so funny because this very card, Chief had a bigger deck of this, didn't you? Yeah, bigger cards. Yeah, first deck, right? This fucking Judgment card. It's so funny because it's in this deck. I wasn't even going to use this deck. Or, I mean, this particular one. So, it's always in the freaking van. Like, it was the bigger one. Like, whenever we were moving or something, it would just, like, be there. And that's how we get, like, these, mosh posh of, like, tarot cards. Because we get decks, and then we gotta move, and then everything, and then the bag spills over when you're driving or something like that. And then you find all the cards, and then whatever. But either way, this card is very, like, very important, and I think is reflective of today. We don't have to talk about everything, a rehash, but the thing about it is we're really waking up to the things that we're holding ourselves back, and it's not just like, yes, other people are holding us back, but it's not just them. It's us in the ways that we allow people to hold ourselves back, or we're not taking accountability on the things we need to do to propel forward. You dig what I'm saying? So reflection, we can just take some time. A lot of good things are coming our way, but we just have to stay positive, right? And realize that this is a process of us becoming enlightened, right? It's not just a straight line. It's going to be some ups, it's going to be some downs, gonna be some twist arounds, but we're gonna figure this shit out. You dig what I'm saying? So let's get next card up is the Two of Cups. So similar energy. Now the Two of Cups is saying that you're really finding that energy, you're finding that balance, you're finding the connection, which is what is leading to the judgment. Love is leading judgment right now, right? Because love, like, imagine your judgment is talking about, like, you're trying to get to the end of the tunnel, you're finding the light, it's dark, you're trying to find your way out, the escape room. You dig what I'm saying? Judgment is literally the escape room, right? Like, whoa, judgment is getting out of the escape room. Before that, we're a little, all right, yeah, gotta figure it out, right? Figuring it out, right? Now, getting out of the escape room, this is how you do it, right? With the Two of Cups. What do I mean by that? Because the Two of Cups is saying, like, it's your heart. Your heart is, like, guiding you. Like, oh, I'm just doing what feels right, and then you find other things that match that energy. You dig what I'm saying? So, use the Two of Cups to reach judgment. That's what we're really seeing with this, particular energy that we're feeling, right? Follow your heart, and we're gonna make it out the escape room. I just want to say escape room one more time because, that's really what it is. It's like the escape room of life. We gotta figure out all these different obstacles and questions and this and that. We're gonna make it out. Just be confident. Follow your heart. Don't overthink it. Don't not do this. You dig what I'm saying? So do what you gotta do. So that's our reading, Rachel. I hope you appreciate that. If it resonated, let's see some emojis, some hearts. The hearts, they just make me, oh my God, You just fill me up with so much energy and love. I feel the appreciation, right? Now, we'll let you pick the sign. Which one comes next? So you want to do air signs? We want to do earth signs? What are we doing here, right? That's the question. That's the question, and what is the answer? I'm just growing up to be a dancer, dancing through life on my time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. So we're coming up with hits. Thank you guys so much. So the sun is in Aries. The moon is in Virgo. Mercury is in Taurus. Venus, Taurus. HB, all what's happening. Oh my gosh. And I have to talk about remind me guys, I gotta talk about the Atlanta Cop City. I gotta talk about Cop City. A lot of things. This is gonna be a good live show. We got some things to talk about. And you know what? The thing about it, we're gonna do Taurus because Earth signs. So Earth signs coming the fuck up. Let's go Taurus. Bam, 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 bam. Let's go. Like GLORILLA would say. Let's go. All right. So we'll do a read for GLORILLA too. We got Glow, Big Glow. All right. Big Glow. Hey, it's up here. It's up here for copyright reasons. All right. All right. So we got Earth signs coming up. Let's bring up that astrology again. It's always real juicy. It's real juicy today, right? Venus in Taurus, Mars in Cancer, very emotional. Jupiter in Aries gonna be doing. They got luck on their side, so write it out. Saturn, Pisces, Uranus, Taurus, in Neptune, Pisces, Pluto in Aquarius. That is what we're looking at. So Pluto, hey, we're clearing things out. Aquarius is going to clear shit out because Aquarius don't got time for that, right? Going to get right to the point. So Pluto is, the planet of death or regeneration. Now, the thing about death, regeneration is a part of it. So don't look at it as look at it as like when something dies, it comes back even stronger, like the phoenix. So let's get to these earth sign readings. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And again, I know, ooh, that's a nice little burp. That we've been working on, getting back to being live, and now we have the opportunity to just stream straight, and we're not even being stopped. I feel like the universe happens because we were getting cut off at an hour. Now we're rocking out, and we're streaming, on the laptop as well. So it's just fun, just giving thanks. I guess our commercial to FreeWaterFamily.com. Check us out, FreeWater Family Network on the YouTubertons and Twitch. So, all right, Earth signs. That's enough. Let's get the reading. The first one is going to be for Taurus. Taurus has the Knight of Swords. Boom. We're using the Raven deck, but it's in reverse. So Taurus's Knight of Swords is really about taking action from your dreams. That's what you really feel from this. Like the Raven, there's a Raven riding a horse. Like, come on. Like, this is crazy, right? Anything is possible. Yet at the same time, we need to slow down a little bit to really think about how it's going to be possible. When you move off hype instead of maybe like facts, then it's the results may vary. Let's just say that. Now, someone interesting, John Jones, and this one's gonna be real quick. John Jones has fights. He fights Cyril Gane recently, and he said, "Oh, Cyril Gane's wrestling is weak, and if I come at it from this angle and this and this, I'm gonna make it look really easy." Now, a lot of fighters, they're going, I'm going to go in, I'm going to knock this guy out, and I'm going to win the fight because I'm strong and I'm the best and this, and this, right? Some of those fights go 5 rounds, right? And they said they were going to come and knock him out in the first. What happened? You was all juiced up, charged up. And then John Joe says, I'm going to do this, and this. He comes in the first round. He did those things. He made it look really easy. It was crazy. I'm telling you, just crazy, right? Now, the reason why I bring it up is because if we're running off hype, sure, you might be able to achieve your goals. But if you're running off not only just hype and energy, but actual like logistics of how to accomplish said goal, right? If we just said that, yo, we're going to open up a restaurant, and we walk down the street and we buy the first place that we saw, we hire the first chef that we, meet, right? And all these things because we're just hype and we're just going off this and this and this. Sure, that may work, but what if you didn't pick a location that, one, even works at all? 2, if it does work it work for the food that you're making? 3, what can your chef cook? Do you want to cook this type of food with this type of chef? All these things that if someone might bring them up to you might seem like, yo, they're hating. Like, oh, you're going to open up a restaurant. Where are you going to get a chef from? Right? Oh, you're just a hater. No, calm down. Right? Answer the question. Right? Oh, we're going to get a chef from this place. Right? Oh, we're going to do this in this location. Oh, because it's, oh, okay, cool. Okay, right on. Right? So, to wrap it up for Tauruses, Knight of Swords, right? Let's slow it down. Let's just figure out the logistics of how we're going to accomplish our dreams. No one's telling us not to move forward. It's going, okay, it's really going to happen, so how can we, how can we really achieve this, right? So, that's Tauruses. Let's get one for Virgos, right? We have the 2 of disc, right? Finding balance. He threw up the 2. He called it. Chief called it. Threw up the 2. We have the 2 of Pentacles, right? So we're finding balance within. In reflection, what's really interesting is when I talk for a little bit and then I get to the tarot. Tarot tends to be like, that's valid to what I said earlier in the live show of just finding out that you got to find the balance of money and love, work and play, all these different things. But when you find that harmonious balance, then it can go forever. Because when you turn, like I was saying, when you're volunteering your time, you're doing something that you want to do, and you're getting money for that, the money becomes a result of what you want to do. I enjoy talking, right? I like doing that, right? Now I'm being rewarded by having safe space and people listening to what I'm saying. I enjoy DJing. We're working on, or doing more shows, whatever it is, right? Performing, making music, making art, all these different things. So, with that being said, finding out the balance is what this full moon is about. So take the energy, let's manifest, right? Let's manifest the balance of what it is that we truly want to do, right? Because if we truly want to do it, then it doesn't matter how long it takes. You just dig what I'm saying? Don't rush. If you're having a good time, what we rushing for? Drive slow, homie. Drive slow. All right. So Capricorns. Boom, boom, boom. All right. We have to save Capricorns for last. Oh my gosh, some more cards flew out. Ugh. We might want a little clarity, right? Because we have the Tower card in reverse, right? Oh man, that's a fun time. Yeah. So, brace yourself. Understand that what is happening right now in life is that we have to let go of control, and it's a very scary thing to let go of control, especially as a Capricorn, because if something is falling apart, you're trying to hold it together, but it's just like naturally falling apart. It's like picking up like sand in your fist, and you're trying to keep every single grain in your hand, right? And it's just like coming out, and you're like, no, right? That happens, right? Maybe we're not supposed to have a fistful of sand because we're going to get a fistful of something else, full another blessing. So for Capricorns, I mean, we're going to keep it short and sweet. The Tower card is going to be really, I'm going to pick 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2. Oh, because it's the Tower card. Oh, goes back. So sure, these you might see the short videos of this and whatnot, but tune into the whole show because we talk a lot of in depth about this, of that the Tower card is a result of compounded actions over the course of time, right? Yet we look at the Tower card as like a freak accident, right? Every time. Now, when we look at the Tower card as a freak accident every single time, we forget that the Tower card has happened before, right? Alright, why do you mean it's happened before? Well, it's happened because, right, we made the same choices. For instance, when I was attempting to do video before I'm doing video now, right, of just really making projects just to make projects, you know what I'm saying? I feel that like just the art, you know, you kind of, like I was talking about with client work, you make things and this and this and this, and you figure that stuff out, right, in a way that is appealing for other people but not authentic to yourself, right? So every time I was attempting to build a tower, it would fall, right? Because it wasn't my most authentic tower. What's going on, Mr. Premium? Keep it premium over here. Let's go. Detroit, baby. Detroit, baby. Alright, so either way, when you're not being 100% authentic to yourself, you can't really enjoy the tower. What's going on, Dre? Bam, 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 bam. You can't really enjoy the tower because it's not really you, right? So that's why it falls over. The tower is going to get destroyed because it's not 100% you. The reason why the universe is doing that is because it wants you to be 100% authentic, right? Imagine, right? Even like I was saying in the arc of this live show, right? Now the universe is giving me energy. I'm flowing. I'm channeling. I'm doing all these things because I'm being extremely authentic to myself, right? If I'm creating a character, that character is running on like gasoline type shit that is very limited. The energy that you can give to a character it takes to put something up, right? So imagine if you build your whole life around a character. You're constantly draining yourself, and then we're not volunteering our time anymore, right? We're doing it, we're giving parts of ourselves up so it can be worth it, right? We're sacrificing because we go, all right, I gotta sacrifice to achieve this, when in reality, you being authentic to yourself is how you attract it. So, to wrap up the Capricorn reading, again, the Tower card is a result of actions that compound on top of each other to, you know, initiate such outcomes, right? Let's just use that word. And with the Nine of Swords, there are thoughts that we keep. Capricorns are so like clouded because they're not allowing themselves to heal, because we're replacing all of our thinking time with working time, and we're doing all these things that we will believe that are going to make ourselves feel better, but in reality they suppress our emotions until the tower card comes, and then we're sitting there like, why can't I ever get ahead? Because you're not healing. So if you're not healing, you will never get ahead, because the universe is going to let you stay at this level, and it's like you play the same level over and over, and then when you get to the end, you can't beat the boss because we didn't execute throughout the level enough to beat said boss. So we start over, and that tends to be our loop. So I know these readings a little bit juicy, a little bit time. I gotta be getting a little faster, but you know, I really just want to give y'all. It's the full moon. I'm giving y'all the extra. I'm giving y'all the extra. You dig what I'm saying? So, much love, much love. We're gonna do fire signs next, right? So shouts out to the fire signs. We're gonna do Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. If you guys have any signs you want to particularly, fast forward the clock to, then let me know. Let me know. We can get that going, and I greatly appreciate to everyone tuning in. Thanks to everyone tuning in live and on, this platform, that platform. We have multiple cameras going on. It's amazing. And thank you for those who watch later. We got things to do. I watch it when I get home. Hey, say less. I got you. Right? So, boom. Right? Aries, we have the 7 of Wands. Right? 7 of Wands is what I'm sensing is that they have this particular wand and taking the high ground. Right? And these other ones tend to be, they don't have the high ground, And what's interesting is that it's like they all have their mouths open, right? So it seems like they're all saying something, but this one has the high ground and the golden wand. So for Aries, it seems that we might have figured it out. We might have figured out life, but other people who haven't necessarily figured out life, right? Because they're not on the freaking high ground with the golden staff. They're still struggling, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But they might convince you that you haven't figured it out. Hey, this is what I gotta do, and this is what I'm doing to succeed, and this, and this, and blah, 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 blah. When that's the case, right, you might, let's say, be upstairs and, go downstairs or something like that, when in reality, the vibe was upstairs, You might have had a job, or let's say, for us, we're free living and we're doing this and doing tarot and all that other shit, and you're doing that, and everyone's like, oh, why don't you do this and this and this, and you're making bad decisions because X, Y, and Z, when in reality, like, they don't know, They just don't know. Whether you may look like you're winning or not, that's what we were talking about earlier. If people don't see you work out, did you work out? Yeah, if I did, 50 push-ups today, my arms are going to feel it. People might see it in the reflection, what I'm saying? Oh, right there. So, just reflect on what it is in the position that you have, right? When you question the position that you have, right? And maybe allow others to bring that judgment in, we might give up that very position that we were comfortable in, and then start sinking lower and lower and not know how to even get back to where we were at, right? And the people that told you or made you feel that, you didn't know what you were doing, they especially don't know what they're doing. So then they can't help you get back to where you were there at before, because they never been there, So Aries, take that and put that in your pipe and smoke it. But just really just reflect. Reflect on what it is. Hey, is this what I want? Am I maybe am I alone in this thing, but I'm alone in the world that I want to create, or do I want to go with others and meet them at their frequency so I can, like we said, the people pleasing thing. So that's Aries. We got Leos coming up. Leos, right? 3 of Wands. Leos, we're just waiting for our blessings to come in, right? Leos are super confident. They got it. They got it. They got the juice. They got the sauce, right? They got the juice. They got the sauce. So, what do we mean by that? Well, when you got the juice and the sauce, you don't have to really, it's coming, right? So don't feel pressured, right? About, is it, will it not? It's coming, Leos. Whatever it is that you want it might take a little bit longer than expected. But if we give up, then that means we won't get to where we want to go or receive what it is that we want to receive. Whether it's love, a job, or a freaking package, right? Take the time and even reflect and be positive about enjoying your life before, this new upgrade. Enjoy the time where you have with yourself, Imagine if, how celebrities are like, oh, I remember the days when I didn't have to do all these things and I can just walk down the street, So if we're walking down the street, we're not where we want to be yet, enjoy it. Be like, you know what, this is nice. Because one day, I want to be in the limo and people are going to have my name up, big Leo things, billboards, all that stuff. So if we're not there, it's okay, enjoy it. Enjoy the process. It's interesting because everything, like most things, I wouldn't say everything, but most things, we don't really realize how great it is until it's gone, right? What's going on, Melanie? We're doing some tarot readings. And that was just Leos. Up next, we got Sagittarius. So Leos, enjoy the process, because it's going to change. And then we're going to look back and be like, instead of stressing out, I wish I just enjoyed it more. There you go. So Sagittariuses, what do you think Sagittarius are going to say? That's what I want to know. Sagittarius. Alright, we have the 4 of Cups in reverse on 4-4. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, right? Sagittarius on 4-4. So, 4 of Cups on 4-4 in reverse. I feel what this one is saying for Sagittarius as a Sag rising that it's time for a change. I feel like Sagittarius are like react first, ask questions later, and now as we sit here with this 4 of Cups in reverse, and you go, maybe taking a breather isn't that bad of an idea, Right? Take a breather, let the haunt go, So Sagittarius, just take a breather, man. Take a breather to even reflect and admit that we can be wrong, Admit that, you don't have to call. It's okay, girl, 'cause I'ma be alright for copyright reasons. You're gonna be alright, It's just realizing that, maybe if we took the time to reflect and then made the decision that our heart really wanted instead of justifying the decision that our ego made. Yeah. I'm going to say it one more time. Run that back, Turbo, right? To listen, right? And take the time to figure out what our heart truly wants and make that decision, right? Versus choosing to justify our ego. Lupita, what is going on? Right? So we don't want to. What happens with our ego is that once we start feeling it, we only want like fuel to the fire. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Right? We only want to add fuel to the fire. We don't want to. The ego does not want to be dissolved. Like the ego didn't like get you charged up just so it can leave the room. You dig what I'm saying? When the ego's coming, it's like, oh yeah, feed me, Seymour, right? And when we realize that, and we have to be the one to put out our ego, right? We have to do that. We have to go, okay, ego, take the time out. I'm gonna, put myself away and not let myself come out until this is resolved, right? But a lot of times we don't do that. A lot of times we feel that and we're doing things that, it makes me feel good. It makes me want to do this and do this and do that and do this. And it's like, then what happens is as you're making these decisions, you're like, I don't really want to do this. Like part of you is like, I don't want to do this. But your ego's like, yeah, keep doing it. Keep going. Keep doing this. And anyone says anything, they're actually hating or this and this. Justify this, right? So, 4 of Cups in reverse. Take the time, set the ego to the side. Ego might not sit down right away, right? And that's what we're learning in today's live show. Today's live show is a whole story arc. It's a movie, right? Trust me, it's a whole movie. Stay tuned. Watch to the end. Like, share, subscribe. So, with this arc, right? Sagittarius, we're going to take a break. We're going to let this side. Then we're going to decide what it is that we really want, right? Figure out what the issue is, the true issue. Is there a solution to said issue, right? What is it? What does that look like? Boom. Oh, we got Cancers, water signs. Bam, 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 bam. All right. So that was fire signs. I know, these are, what's funny? It's like, another reason why even just being on a personal level shy away from me doing tarot is because it hits so hard that it feels a little uncomfortable, doesn't it? Like, I'm saying this shit like, damn, I gotta do better, right? But I give thanks for the opportunity of Spirit allowing me to channel and share, and thank you guys for providing a safe space to be heard and seen, and to figure this out. And it just feels great. Like, I feel that, I'm the $1 million cookie, dude. I'm not Oreos, alright? I'm not selling millions of cookies. I'm the $1 billion cookie, alright? I'm the $1 billion chocolate chip. Chief and I just realized we did the numbers, we did the evaluation. FreeWater. You know, what's the value of this company? We have to figure out what comes after $1 trillion. We still haven't figured that out yet, so we're busy calculating. You know, we gotta run an organization here. Vertical integration. Boom. That's the thing. Someone can, hey, Horace, how do you say you're gonna make more than $1 trillion? It's called vertical integration, right? And a whole lot of motherfucking R&D in this bitch. What's happening? Yeah, R&D, 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 R&D. Quadrillion. Oh, that makes sense because it's trillion, billion, quadrillion. Pentillion would probably be after that then, right? Quintillion. Okay. All right, we're figuring it out. See, now we're in different numbers. People down there. We're going in different dimensions now. We're figuring it out. Just, you know, get that networked up. You know what I'm talking about? Assets. Oh, Kurt, listening to Larry. Real good job, fam. Right? Let's go. All right. Good job, family. Yeah, I like family. Boom. All right. So here we are, Cancers. We just got turned up, right? And Cancers are first up on the water sign, so hey, hold on to your seatbelts, babies. All right. Boom, Cancers. We got the 7 of Swords in reverse. We're heading out. Time to leave the coop. What does that mean? Cancers don't. That's one thing that they don't do. You dig what I'm saying? You know what Cancers don't do? Leave the motherfucking coop. Okay? Cancers ride or die. You dig? But you gotta ride for yourself for a second. You know? Cancers are the first ones to know that the car is like maybe going off a cliff. Right? What's going on, Carla? Going off a cliff, but then they're gonna say in the car because they be like, it's impolite to leave right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they be like, it's so rude if I were to get out this car. Like, you know, Cancers are the type, you know, they get in and shit like that. Niggas like, hey, we about to go spin the block. Cancers be like, oh my gosh, this is not what I signed up for. But like, I'm here now. It would be so rude. If I ask them to drop me off at home, it's out the way. What block are they spinning? Oh, they're on that side of town. I have to go to the other side of town. Like, this just doesn't make sense. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't want to be an inconvenience. Okay. Like, pew, pew, pew. I guess oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let me hit somebody because I don't want to disappoint my friends and family, right? Like, you actually hit someone, like, it's like, yeah, like, the only person who actually, like, they were like, yeah, we're spinning the block. That's some airy shit. Like, yo, we about to spin the block. And they just like, dumping, right? Because they're angry. They're just expressing their emotions that way, right? Cancers are like, okay, like, I don't want to disappoint anybody. And they have the actual laser, and it's like, boom, boom. And it's like, damn, you actually got, like, 3 ops. And the other people they didn't hit nothing, right? I know this is a terrible example, right? But this is the guy. I'm just telling you. This is what I know, right? What is the example I got, right? Now, the Cancer didn't want to do any of that, right? But they're the ride or die. Now, what they gotta realize is that these motherfuckers keep getting me in these weird ass situations, and I gotta go. Like, you know, they just think spinning the block was that one time, right? Now, here's the thing. Right? Now you're getting good at the thing that you don't even want to do. You dig what I'm saying? Like, now Cancer is being so supportive for the family. Everybody is used to you being supportive for the family, but nobody figures out their problems. They just figure out that you know how to solve them, right? It's like the people always asking you for money, and you're like, yo, son, I put you on like different flips, different all that. Teach a man to fish, right? But then what happens is Cancers are the providers, right? They love being needed, right? So they're like, yeah, I'll fish for you. What's an extra fish? What's an extra couple fish? You know, like whatever. They're the type to say that. They're like, oh shit, fuck it, I'm fishing anyway. Like, you want me to grab you a fish? Whatever. And then like they're on the way, you know, to the fishing spot, and every motherfucker is like, hey, can you catch one for me? And you're like, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, oh, I'll catch one for you too. I'll catch one for you too. Next thing you know, you got 20 fish you got to catch. Right? It started out with just catching one for you, right? Now you gotta catch, because you told Bob, you told Sally, you told all these people, and you're not gonna disappoint them, right? Because if you communicated your actual feelings of what you're thinking in your head, like, these motherfuckers, shit, ain't catching no motherfucking fish, they ain't out here all motherfucking day, and and coming to the right spot, and getting up early, and this, and this, and this. But we're not going to stay on just the negative sides. This is why it's full moon. We're talking about this for a reason. Because it's not rude for you to go, hey, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, I love you, but it's all good. Hey, like, actually, I can only catch this amount. And, you know, I would love for you to come with me. Right? How amazing would that be? Right? You want to come with me to catch the fish? And if they say no, that's on them, right? So you can't be mad that you can't provide for everybody when they're not providing for themselves. Process of letting go of things and learning about others. This is on the way. Yes, exactly. So Cancers, we gotta learn to let go, and we still love you. You gotta let go of the things, right, that are preventing you from actually being happy, because at a certain point we give up as water signs and stuff on, let's say, being happy, because we give up on the world. Like, fuck it, the world is what it is. I just gotta help everybody, and maybe one day when I help the entire world, I'll be happy, right? But like Lupita said, accountability for your own self first, and we're moving on, right? All right, Scorpios. What's happening? What's super happening? What's crack-a-lacking? You dig what I'm saying? All right. Scorpios, you ready? Here we go. Scorpio look. I'm gonna give you the Scorpio look. Scorpio moon. I know what it is. Suspense. Boom! The Tower. Ha! Por supuesto. Right? Of course. No disrespect. Alright, so thank you for tuning in, and you know, give me the little likes, the little like-curtains in there. If you like, little hearts, little this and this. Again, thank you for giving your time. Shares are greatly appreciated, and any other way you would like to support, just let us know, right? So, with Scorpios, the Tower card is Pluto, because Scorpios are ruled by Pluto, right? Scorpios being ruled by Pluto, and it entering in Aquarius, so there's going to be new things that are going to be cleared out, right? We got to make room for the new. Every time we get new blessings, we got to clear some old things out. So therefore, that's why we were talking about, like, in the relationship aspect, we're coming closer together, but like our fears are in the way. So every time we come close together, it's like a big explosion, boom. But every time there's a big explosion, let's say the debris, it's like every time it goes, look at it like, every time it does that, it's clearing out more trauma, more this, if we're healing it, right? So eventually we're going to come together and we're just going to mesh. But in the Tower process, we're learning through, not, if you don't look at it as each failure, but each attempt at getting towards what you want to do. And if it didn't align, it's because you're supposed to align with something far greater. So Scorpios, don't necessarily feel too pressured or too afraid of this Tower card, but understand that, life is about the cycles, it's about the waves, there's ups, there's downs. What can we learn in the downtime that we can experience even higher ups? So Scorpios, that's the lesson we want to have for this full moon. Our very next and last water sign is Pisces. Shouts out to the Fishertons, right? Shouts out to the fishies. You dig? Boom. King of Wands. So, Pisces, being more confident. It's funny because I was talking about Pisces and their birthdays last night, and there was this Pisces. We were hanging out. They come in the room, just me, whatever, da 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 da. And they're like, oh, it was just my birthday or something like that, and this is my last day celebrating. And I was like, dude, you can celebrate for the whole season, because as an Aquarius, air signs, we're learning from the best. Leos, when it comes to partying, and Aquariuses, we'll let you know, when it comes to turning up during a season, everyone loves Leo season. Aquariuses, hey, Leos are up there. I love Aquarius season personally because it's my season. But I also realize that Leos be turning up. So we're learning from them. What do? They turn up the whole season. If you're a July Leo, August Leo, they don't care. You're a Leo. Turn up, right? So Pisces do the same thing, right? They're like, oh, no, my birthday was 2 days ago, and after this, it's not my birthday anymore, and we just got to move on with life. King of Wands says, channeling that Leo energy. It's your birthday every day. Every day. Fuck the season. Those are super birthdays, right? Birthday every day. We're celebrating, right? 222, right? Oh my gosh, it's channeled in. Thank you, Lapita, for pointing that out. Oh my gosh, we're just vibing right now. And we've been alive since 11/11. And guess what? We got so much gas in the tank. So much gas in the tank. We're doing numbers right now, right? Numbers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Boom. So King of Wands says, Pisces, be more confident in your emotions. Be more confident in you. Pisces themselves, when they're in their vibe, they know what their vibe is. And when they're in their vibe, they're comfortable. What they don't realize is that them being comfortable is actually an art. So Pisces that are really successful tend to be like artists or something like that. And they'll have very high standards for their green room. Like, I need this motherfucking vibe before I go on stage. Right? We say, no yellow girls! Right? Hey, why? Because yellow throws off the vibe, all that. They need a rug, right? They need to be able to walk around barefoot, so they need it swept at least 3-4 times type things. But sometimes a Pisces will feel bad about asking for that, right? They'll come in, it's like, oh, it's dirty, like, oh my gosh, I feel bad for asking, like, for someone to clean up their mess, right? But they'll be uncomfortable. So in order for them to be, instead of be like, hey, it would just help me feel more comfortable if you actually, like, clean up a little bit. Like, if I could have this, and this, if we can set the lights down a little bit, set the music, get some vibes, light an incense, make it happen. So Pisces, King of Wands, that's royalty. Enjoy your vibe. Be proud of your vibe. Be proud of yourself. Be more confident in yourself and hold that standard, because others will appreciate it. If not right away, you're going to connect with others that will, and you guys will have your real vibey community. All right, so that's water signs. We're going to our last right now. Our last, which are air signs, right? Boop, boop, boop. All right, boom, here we are. Okay, so Gemini. Ooh, Knight of Cups. So we talked about the Knight of Swords. Knight of Cups, or Geminis, are leading with your heart, Um, you know, I feel like Geminis are so different that they confuse themselves with how different they are because they have so many different personalities that, it tends to kind of weigh on them. They kind of like question it. They kind of feel weird. Like, oh my God, I want to play tennis and I want to do this and I want to do that, but I also want to do pottery and I also want to learn how to bake. And I also think that, astrophysics is cool. Accept that. You don't have to get approval from other people. Leading with your heart and being proud of you being different. And maybe you might not get, a master of, or what they say about the, something, 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 master of none. We gotta look that up. We gotta look it up. Look it up the clip, right? So, of none. Saying, here we go. Jack of all trades, master of none. There we go. Jack of all trades, master of none. So, when we might not even, maybe you're not supposed to be the master. Maybe you're supposed to be the director, right? Maybe you're not supposed to be the professional tennis player that's winning the championship, but maybe you enjoy tennis so much that your knowledge of tennis transfers over into something else, into other knowledge, and then your knowledge of this transfers into something else, and you're the person that put it all together, right? You don't have to land on the moon to be, interested in astronomy, right? So, Gemini, lead with your heart. It's okay. Trust me, it'll figure itself out. Now, we have Libras. Shouts out to the Libra moon, right? Five of Swords. So, Five of Swords is doing... You did what you was supposed to do, but it didn't feel good, And that's the scales, right? The scales are, dang, I didn't want to have to defend myself. I didn't want to have to stick up for myself. I didn't want to have to maybe leave this job, right? I didn't want to have to do that. Hey, addicted to the finest pizza. Me too. Shit, where is the finest pizza? Let me know. I'm gonna pull up. All right. But you just didn't want to do that, but you had to. You had to because in the grand scheme of things, it's gonna be better, right? You had to because you have to keep the peace. And sometimes you gotta defend the peace. Sometimes you gotta defend your peace, right? If you were being bullied and you said no, you didn't want to say no. You didn't want to be bullied. So which one don't you want more, So Libras, do the thing what you got to. We're going to feel it. We're going to feel like, damn, I wish I didn't have to do that, but you have to do that, and trust me, long term it's going to make sense. Again, Pluto's in Aquarius. A lot of new things. A lot of new things, right? Boom. 2 of Cups for Aquarius. Wow. Upright. So Aquarius, like we said, we're aligning with what's feeling right. Like right now, I'm doing it feels good. I've been live since 11/11, and I still feel like I have so much to talk about. I just got done with the Aquarius, the what's it called? The astrology stuff, the astrology tarot cards. It feels good. So now that I'm feeling good, I'm going to use that to elevate. I'm going to use that to absolutely, just turn my brain off and turn what feels good on, and that's it. That's it. I mean, I don't know. I know Aquarius is like disappointed because we probably like listen and hey Andrea, probably like sat through that whole reading and then it's like, where's my long drawn out reading? And then it's like, dude, sometimes it's simple. Sometimes it's just like follow your heart and just keep doing that. You know, if I gave you too much information, you'd overthink it, and then when you overthink it, you're not doing the thing, and when you're not doing the thing, we're not getting to where we wanted to go. So, yeah, like read the signs. There you go. Read the signs by just listening to the signs, feeling the signs. Feel the signs. There we go. Feel the signs. And that is our readings. Wow, guys. We did all astrology. It's so funny because I used to do those and I'd be so drained after. I'd be like, oh my god. Oh my god. But now we're vibing, we're having a good time. Now we're gonna do some celebrity readings and then I'm a skedaddle because my back is starting to hurt a little bit. I'm sitting on all these different things. Oy. Oh my god. Oh man. Alright. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that. Okay, so let's do some celebrity readings. I had, oh my god, a reading for 6ix9ine. Yes, thank you guys for receiving. Should I do a reading for 6ix9ine? I feel like that's kind of old even. I just woke up from a nap. Ooh, shouts out to waking up from a nap. Alright, we're gonna do 6ix9ine. Alright, I'm gonna pull a card. Here we go. You guys ready? Boom. Get the blinky. Boom. Alright, so here we go. We got the 4 of Cups, which is what we talked about. Oh my god. It's so work. So this is our celebrity reading for Tekashi 6ix9ine. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got the 4 of Cups in reverse. We said this a little bit earlier in the show, but we're telling you right now that it's all about kind of like taking a second to process what it is our emotion is before just like moving on emotion, because that foundation isn't sustainable. Because a lot of times, let's say the emotion was past, but the action stayed the same. So if we're, you know, just being honest, I'm gonna be honest, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, doing the reading is like, whatever, but just human being to human being the being, God to God, you know, all that stuff. Think for the 4 foundation. What foundation do you want? What do you want to do more of? If you was just out in, you know, goddamn nature and shit, and that was fun and real positive and this, that, and the other, and people like seeing you do that, is that something that you would want to do continuously, forever, right? Azuma, what's going on, right? Something you want to do forever, right? Is starting drama and starting beef something you want to do forever? Because, you know, do you want a positive track or do you want a negative track? Do you want to be beefing and like getting with fights all the time and, you know, having to move like that? Or do you want people to come up and be like, yo, thank you so much for you inspiring me by, you know, kind of even changing? It's a redemption story that can happen. You know, we don't have to be the villain anymore. People kind of want to see, you know, an authentic version. We don't have to, we can drop the character. We're already here. Be you. We seen the fakeness being beaten out. Just say we got knocked the fuck out. I came to my senses. You know, that was some bullshit. I'm not even trying to beef with anybody anymore. I'm trying to be positive, and I still want to make music, and I bet people are gonna fuck with you. So that's gonna be our reading for 6ix9ine. We got a reading for Kai Cenat, right? Shouts out to Kai, doing big boy numbers, right? Big boy numbers. Right. So shouts out to Kai. We've been watching a lot of, you know, Kai lately. So yeah, thanks for being an inspiration at 555 on my thing. Big thing. So shouts out to Kai. And we got the reading for you. So oh, and he's a Sagittarius. So probably resonate with some of the other stuff too. So here we are. And boom. Did we literally just get the same freaking card? You guys saw me shuffle it. Right? Alright, so I'm going to put this to the side, right? Because we're going to be there. I'm going to elaborate a little bit more, right? You guys see me shuffling these things. I shuffle the card, the same card came up. It's tarot. That's what's magical about this, right? That's what's crazy about all of this. Alright, here we go. So this is our tarot reading, right? So Kai Cenat is a streamer on Twitch, and they make YouTube videos. Would recommend checking them out. I think, just being honest before we get started on the reading, just as an older crowd, it's like people doing young things and they've capitalized on them having fun and just, you know, turning that into a profession. So I will say shouts out to Kai for, you know, leading the way of monetizing fun. So yeah, shouts out to them to get me inspired to get back on the stream thing, because it was like, all right, we want to do it. Realistically, we were trying to do so many other things, and now, you know, we have help and working together as a team. So now I can focus on the stream game and keep making art and stuff like that. So yeah, shouts out to FreeWater getting it together, and shouts out to some of the leaders in the game right now. So this is our tier reading for the streamer of the year, Kai Cenat, right? Yeah. Gotta get the intro. All right, so here we are. Boom. We have the 8 of Swords. So something really interesting about this card is that the same thing that we believe is holding us back is the same key to our freedom. Very interesting, right? Now, we got this card earlier, right? The 4 of Cups in reverse, because our foundation isn't 100% set yet, because we feel like there's some things holding us back. Yet, those same things that are holding us back are the answers. It's just how you use them, right? So the swords, we're tied up, right? We're tied up, and we're like, oh man, these swords are blocking me, and I'm tied up. I'm not gonna ever get out. Yet the same swords that are blocking you are the answers to you being untied. Like, what if, you know, you use the swords, that same swords are blocking you, cut yourself free, right? Then you start making moves like that. So in an example, let's say maybe we wanted to, you know, like, I don't know, explore more art in this direction, but we feel that we have to create this image that prevents us from making the art that we really want to because of maybe the crowd we're trying to appeal to. For example, like the 6ix9ine thing. All right, we want to appeal to people, so now we're making gangster rap music when we're not really gangster rap artists. So now we feel that I am trapped. These swords are like the audience, like I'm bound to this image even though I don't want to do it. You dig what I'm saying? Now, what if the same feeling of, okay, maybe this audience that makes me feel trapped, what if I use them to free myself? What if I use them and said, hey, I'm not really this person. This is the music I would like to create. This is the music that resonates with me. This is who I really am. And those same audience that we think might not fuck with us, might even fuck with us even more because we're being authentic. And that is, I'm telling you, it's the story arc of this live show. If you want to know more, watch the full live show from the beginning. But in short, remember, the same things that we believe are holding us back are going to be the keys to our freedom. So think about that. That's our reading. You know, we're going to get a little right, get a little. All right, one more. All right, we're gonna do a reading for Mr. Beast. Cause shouts out to Jim, right? You gotta snap to his Slim Jim. All right, boom. Tower. Wow, the towers. You guys are seeing me shuffle the cards. This is our reading for Mr. Beast, one of the top YouTubers in the game right now, and we got the Tower card coming up. So things are changing. Again, allow them to change and understand why they're changing. For instance, maybe our particular plan, our particular structure may be falling up, not necessarily falling apart, but changing, right? When we try to hold on to the old, then we're not adapting to the new. So the tower might not be like, oh my God, I'm losing my building. The thing is, maybe you're too large for said building that you're in, and it's time to expand by making space, by getting rid of the old. So maybe we have to get rid of old structures, maybe old, whatever it is, people, ideas, habits, all these things. But in order to get rid of that, you make room for the new blessings coming into your life. So we might have to take a couple steps back to take a lot of steps forward. But if we're too afraid to step back, then we won't advance, and we're continually holding ourselves in fear of trying to, oh, look at the past and look at that. All right, let's look at forward and understand that, okay, maybe we have to move backwards to move forward, but me just standing here and being upset and sad and scared or confused or not, giving up in any aspect isn't going to work. And I don't think you're the type of person to give up. So that particular aspect, might not be the thing, but understand that just, again, falling back to move forward and letting the universe take its course in the changes that are happening in order to build a better future. And that's our reading. So yeah, right? All right, one more and we're going to get on out of here, right? We're going to do this for GLORILLA. All right, then we'll do Ice Spice too, because that's fun. All right. For GLORILLA, what's happening, right? We have the King of Cups, right? So, shouts out to Big Glow. This is our tarot reading for Big Glow, and we got the King of Cups in reverse. So, we may be at the top of our position right now, but there's some things wrong, and in order to move forward, we have to pause to really feel what's wrong. And these answers are going to come overnight. Maybe we need to take some time to really reflect on how to lead our community, our kingdom, our goals, our hopes and dreams, lead them into the direction that we want to go in, that is going to be sustainable for a long time. If we are trying to move forward and we're avoiding leaks and cracks in our energy, in our team, in our craft, then eventually it's going to break. And like we said, when it breaks, we're going to be so shocked because how did this happen to me? But again, this is a result of our actions of trying to hurry past all the things that we felt were off, but we didn't address or attend. So this reading is talking about pause, listen to your heart, take some time to kind of feel the engine out, feel this and feel that, and then move forward when you're confident 100% that your energy is exactly where you want it to be to lead, your team and yourself into your goals and desires. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna give a little yeah man. All right, so that's GLORILLA. We're gonna get Ice Spice, and that's gonna be very nice. You dig what I'm saying? So shouts out to Ice Spice. We're gonna get the tarot reading. Let's get it. So Ice Spice, your card is, boom, wow. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So what happens is when we keep going and in our dreams, like our energy is still speaking to us. So if we had problems before, let's say fame and money, and we thought the fame and money were going to get rid of them, they didn't. They actually compounded your problems, because now you needed to take time to solve that, but you're losing the time because you're giving it to so many different things, that we believe that if we just bury them deep enough and keep going, that eventually, like, they're going to go away, but they're not. So take the time, like we said, with just the, King of Cups. We're gonna talk about the Nine of Swords, of going, yo, let's take the time to get these swords out of the closet. We got 9 swords. We're filling up too many swords. They're starting to compound to where we can't move, because we got so many thoughts going on in our head that we can't even process what's going on to really be as successful as we can be. We may be very successful right now, but trust me, take the time to get rid of those thoughts that are holding us down, those emotions and things that we might not be opening up for other people. Even if we got to take the time to pull and just open to ourselves and record into a phone, or just talk and do a podcast on your headphones, and just therapy with a professional, whatever you want to call, get a tarot reading, hit me up, right? But whatever it is, take the time to do that, so then we'll be able to see the world so much more clearly and make way better moves, that are not saying that you're not making great moves now, but they can be even better, right? That's our reading. You gotta make more room. Make more room. That's it. More blessings, right? More blessings on the way. Just imagine how many more blessings were on the way once we, clear space for them. So that's our tarot readings. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been a phenomenal show. Yeah, if you guys would like to donate through Cash App, the God Course, Venmo at the FreeWater family. If there's any other way you would like to support, you can ask how by sending a message. You can go to freewaterfamily.com, get these lovely shirts. Again, you can get private readings as well by sending me a message. Or you can email freewaterBooking@gmail.com. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been an amazing vibe, been great. My first day back, and excited to do this for the long haul. So thank you guys for tuning in again once more, and much love and light. Till next time, stay woke.